Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Welcome to Bargain Basement, where we talk about the newsreels, the big deals, and our feels about the new releases in video games. My name's Keegan. I'm one half Level 2 Gamers. Hey to my buddy Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing today, Tom?
I'm right.
That's our new intro. We literally just came up with it about, 30 seconds ago, because I was like, we need something at the beginning that kind of tells you guys what this is.
Go meta again.
Yeah, but let's talk about the deals, the news, because that's what we start with. And there's a lot of it going on. I don't know, have you ever heard of a little game called Destiny 2?
It's been a thing. It's been a new thing that was recently announced.
It's officially revealed. We got the fact sheet officially from Activision, who apparently publishes it. I had no idea it was Activision published, but I knew Bungie was the developer.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read basically what they sent to us, because all that was released on, I believe it was Thursday? Yeah, I can't remember what day it was.
Yeah.
Was a, I guess, CG teaser trailer. So go watch it. Actually, I found it kind of funny with the.
I didn't like it.
I like the. I can't remember the dude's name. You didn't really play Destiny though, did you? The first one?
I did. I played it all the way through.
Oh, well, I didn't.
I played it pre first DLC.
So you didn't play Taken King? You didn't play when it got good?
I've never played Taken King.
God.
Yeah.
I've tried to play it and I can't. So I don't know any characters' names. But this is basically the what Activision sent us. Destiny 2 is a first-person action game.
No shit.
Yeah, I know. With the evolution of its award-winning, internationally acclaimed predecessor, Destiny. What? With a compelling, immersive story and fresh beginning awaiting all players, Destiny 2 will deliver the adventure for new and existing players to embark on. Key features: immersive cinematic story. Problem with the first one.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
I noticed it's in bold on here too.
Yes, it's in bold.
Like,
I also like their bullets or their logos.
We have bullet points. We like bullet points for descriptions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Humanity's last safe city has fallen to an overwhelming invasion force led by Gaul, the imposing commander of the brute Red Legion. He has stripped the city's guardians of their powers and forced them to flee. You will venture to mysterious, unexplored worlds of our solar system to discover an arsenal of weapons and devastating new combat abilities. What's really cool is that means we're going somewhere we've never been. Because obviously in Destiny, the solar system, you had Saturn, you had Earth, you had Mars, you had the moon. I think I'm missing one.
This might be like
I think Venus
galaxy or something.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all works. But it looks like Earth is involved somewhere in there. To defeat the Red Legion and confront Gaul, you must reunite humanity's scattered heroes, stand together, and fight back to reclaim our home. Bullet point number 1, as Tom says, bullet points are our friends. Dramatic cinematic cutscenes, missions with relatable characters.
You're just rapping all over the place.
I am. Dramatic cinematic cutscenes. New worlds and stunning environments to explore with action, adventure, and discoverable rewards. Gameplay activities for all types of players include new, returning, casual, and competitive PvP with new maps and modes. Customize your character with more options than ever before to enhance your abilities. This is a big one. This next one. Destiny 2 will be available on PC for the first time ever in Destiny's history, which is 2 games.
Wow.
It's available on PC.
Is it crossplay?
I don't know. I assume so. Well, I don't know if it's... Well, it won't be cross... I don't think it'll be crossplay because the PC would have competitive advantage because mouse is more accurate.
We'll see.
I have an issue with this, but you can get early access to Destiny 2 if you pre-order the game, but it'll be available. It's slated for the summer with more announcements to come later. At launch, PlayStation gamers will receive access to timed exclusive content in Destiny 2, kind of like we did with the first one.
So timed exclusive for us or
for
Xbox?
PlayStation?
Okay,
for PlayStation.
So we're getting it early.
And there's a little asterisk or whatever, asterisk at the bottom. It says time exclusive content until at least fall of 2018.
Oh, so they're planning to at least sticking
a year
for 2 years.
A year, because it's
when's it come out?
I was gonna get there. I haven't gotten there.
Sorry.
So
just want to know the information.
Retail prices obviously $59.99 for the base game, $99.99 for the limited edition, which I assume is going to include. There's 2 expansions involved. Destiny 2 Collector's Edition $249.99, and then
another $120 a year after to buy the following
Destiny 2
DLC.
plus expansion pass bundles $89.99 for digital, and for digital deluxe it's $99.99. Here's the breakdown. Destiny 2 available on Xbox One, PS4, PC, PS4 or PlayStation. You need to have Xbox or have PlayStation Plus and Xbox. You have to have Xbox Live for significant features. And I don't know what's in the collector's edition. I saw a picture of it. It looks really cool. I sent you a bunch of pictures of Destiny that day when we got it.
Yeah.
But speaking of Destiny, good old Jason Schreier, the guy over at what's it called? Kotaku, logged into Destiny today to play, and he was greeted with a lovely giant screenshot or a screen saying, "Hey, Destiny 2 is coming out September. Pre-order and get early access to the beta. If you get the standard edition, you get full game and early access. If you get the deluxe edition, you get the full game, early access, and you get expansions 1 and 2. And then you also get premium digital content, legendary sword, legendary player emotes, and Cabal themed emblem."
So give away all the stuff, huh?
Well, they're also super. They want you. Your tape just fell.
Sorry.
They want you to pre-order the game.
Yeah, obviously.
Because
how do you feel about beta access for pre-order?
I hate it.
You do?
I think it's. So I guess I'm torn because two things on it. Did you see that? That was me being torn right there.
I witnessed that.
I think it's to a certain extent it's good because that is your fan base and those are the people who are probably going to have the most to say about your game. But I don't think it should be mutually exclusive to those people.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I feel like
rather that all betas were open.
I think if you pre-ordered it, you should be guaranteed access. But I think if you did not pre-order it, you should still have access to it.
There's nothing to say they won't have an open beta closer to the time. This is a closed beta, right? For pre-orders.
They didn't. It's just a beta.
Well, if you have to pre-order it, then
they didn't say. Was the alpha was the alpha for Destiny open or closed?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. I never played it. So
yeah, I've had the alpha, the beta, and I went through the whole rigmarole with Destiny, and I really enjoyed it every step of the way. I was just thoroughly disappointed with the final game, and I did rebuy it. I mentioned that a different week when I bought the Call of Duty pack that happened to have the Destiny collection in it. So I might jump back into it, but now I'm just kind of like, is there a point? Because if I start building up my character and everything,
it doesn't move. The only thing that moves over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 is appearance.
Yeah, which we learned is not the best way to move from one game to another.
Yeah.
As opposed to Madden, or not Madden, was it FIFA? Where you could move your entire franchise over? And
the show.
Oh, MLB The Show.
MLB The Show, which is a game doing it right.
Doing it right.
So another big piece of news that literally dropped this morning at like 2 hours ago.
Exciting.
This has been rumored for a while, but it's officially now confirmed. Project Scorpio reveal set for Thursday, April 6th.
Oh, so that's what, today?
No.
Today for them.
Yes. Sorry. Future time. Today there's going to be Project Scorpio. So the original story was rumored that there's going to be Project Scorpio reveal sometime this week. They didn't know when. But it is Digital Foundry has put all the speculations to rest. The official reveal is indeed coming Thursday at 2 p.m. UK, 6 a.m. Pacific. That's real early for us in America. I wonder why it's on UK time. That doesn't, because it's a US company.
I don't know.
I find that interesting.
Oh, maybe it's a UK website or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying like because it's 6 a.m. Pacific. That's like 6 a.m. where Microsoft is. Why would they do it so early in their own time zone?
Yeah,
question. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. But I don't think it'll be interesting to see what we see. The rumors are because that's all we know officially is it's going to be Thursday. But rumor is we'll hear specs. Probably won't hear price until E3. They want to keep that in wraps.
If you're going to do an event, I think you have to
do price.
Yeah, that's bullshit. If they don't release the price at their own fucking event, then that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think they have to. I also think it has to be, if you're going to make an event about a console of any description, you can almost get away with not telling us the specs if you're Nintendo. But you have to tell us the price and the date. That's inherent. You have to do that. I think that's like, otherwise put your fucking press conference up your ass. Because you're not giving us what we need to know. The specs are nice.
Yes. But, one thing they're speculating here on Game Rant that you won't see is the potential to upgrade Scorpio, because Scorpio is, as Microsoft's been putting it, a premium system that is not a console iteration. It's part of a family. So we'll see how that all works.
So it's not like the Pro being kind of an extension of the previous model. It's actually a whole new beast.
Yes. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Or Scorpion, as it
Scorpion.
They're going to give it a proper name?
Probably. I hope so. Really like, so this is weird because I really like the code names that have come out recently, like Project Morpheus
all
for
the
PSVR.
PlayStation ones are Matrix based. Neo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
did you catch that? Morpheus and Neo?
I've never seen Matrix.
Oh, damn it.
Project Scorpio, NX. Switch is pretty good, but anyways, so continuing with the Xbox theme, guess what games they're going to show off to show that 4K resolution on Project Scorpio?
I don't know.
Kind of two big ones. Rumor is Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a giant one. Rockstar, I'm assuming this is going to be at E3. I don't know if this is going to be at the event. That doesn't specify. It just says this is what's going to be used to show off the thing, show off the system. Forza 7 is the other one. That makes total sense. They use Forza 6
to show a tech demo for Microsoft, whatever they're
But it's really good. I mean, I remember playing it in the Microsoft store where we live. And first thing, because because they talk about the rumble triggers. That's the only game that I've played where I was like, this makes sense. And I've yet to play another game. Granted, I don't play too many Xbox games. I'm a PS4 guy, but it made total sense.
Question if you know the answer. Okay. So Project Scorpio being its own thing, does that mean it's compatible with Xbox One titles?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that comes out has to work on Xbox One and Project Scorpio.
Similar to Pro and not Pro. Okay.
As of right now, who knows what'll happen in the future, but as of right now, that is the thing.
I feel like that's starting to be a thing for the Pro versus the not Pro. Like there's starting to be some patches and things that are only attainable to the Pro, not attainable to anyone else.
Well, patches are different. So like
more than patches,
there was some fidelity, but they're
like video
things
and stuff.
So what Phil Spencer's come out and said, there will be no, I repeat, no gameplay difference.
Well, okay. Just graphical.
Yes. No gameplay difference.
Fair enough.
Which is fair because...
So does that... I mean, do you consider a frame rate a gameplay difference?
No.
You don't consider the smoothness
So what I think of that... So listen to this. So the Project Scorpio, for somebody like you, who cares about frame rate...
I don't care about it that much.
I know, but listen. I'm just using you as an example. Let me finish here. So somebody who actually knows what frame rate is and cares about it, it's going to want to get Project Scorpio. For the mom that's going into Best Buy for her kid that doesn't care, that she just wants to get an Xbox to play video games, then Xbox will be fine. See what I'm saying?
I do, but at the same time, I feel like that
you're gonna have that weird gray area in between.
Something like frame rate genuinely affects the gameplay of the game. If you're having lag drops and things like that, that makes your gameplay laggy. That changes the experience of it. It doesn't change like the mechanics of the gameplay, but it definitely changes the experience, I would say.
But will that person that's playing that game know the experience difference?
Well,
that's where it comes in.
If it's like, like with Zelda Breath of the Wild on versus Wii U and versus the Switch, I think if it's like that, fair.
Yeah.
As long as it like
online shooter is kind of where you're going to run into the issue if you do it. I guess. And other first party games that were mentioned: Crackdown 3, finally, State of Decay, and third parties: Call of Duty. We're assuming the World War II one. Madden 17 is almost given. FIFA. I'm assuming that's supposed to be 17, not FIFA 7 on this article. And Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be shown off with Project Scorpio at some point. Whether it's E3 or again the event on Thursday.
God, that would be interesting if they dropped Red Dead, new Call of Duty, and Star Wars at the Scorpio event. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they have the swag to pull that off.
If it's 360 generation, maybe.
E3 is the time to release that footage.
Well, the other thing too is like Red Dead, like Microsoft, Rockstar already's kind of dropped that bomb of like, here it's coming, but obviously people are waiting for the footage.
Right.
And it'll be interesting to see kind of what if Red Dead is truly on here. That, as a PlayStation guy, that scares me a little bit because that means Microsoft and Rockstar are a little bit in bed and might have some exclusive stuff going there or time stuff.
Timed stuff doesn't really bother them.
It bugs me if it's a long time.
Timed games bother me. Timed DLC I could give a fuck less.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite.
Me a lot. Like that, I was really mad when they kept
Tomb Raider,
for a whole year. I mean, it's nice that they finally gave it to us, and we get obviously the Primo Edition one, and it has the VR in there, all that kind of stuff.
They added stuff, but I'm not a fan of time things.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So there you go.
Moving on.
Lots
of news this week.
BioWare. You've been playing a lot of this game, Mass Effect.
I fucking love this.
So this again, we are recording. I'm going to pull the curtain back here. It is currently 12:43 p.m. our time. This was released at 12:06. So this is literally I was surfing through, making sure there's nothing I'd missed.
For you watching, but for us, this is literally just
breaking news. Starting Thursday, big changes for Mass Effect Andromeda. You excited to hear what these are, Tom? What are your complaints with Mass Effect? Because let's be honest, Mass Effect's gotten a bunch of shit. I think it's a decent game.
Unfairly.
I don't necessarily agree it's unfair. I think it's fair. I just also think it doesn't hinder the gameplay.
Here's the thing. You're right. Like, in terms of hindering gameplay, not at all. I mean, it's every bit of shittiness that's been thrown Mass Effect's way at this point is cosmetic. It's all just like, their faces are kind of stupid sometimes, or, this thing in the background popped in. Considering the size and scope of the game, I think a lot of that stuff is perfectly acceptable. The facial animations, not so much, but the pop-in and things like that, like, I know I'm playing it on a PS4 Pro, so you would think, there shouldn't be any of that going on, but the size and scale and scope of a game like Mass Effect does have some considerations. It's essentially, you're talking like Bethesda big game. Yeah. And, Bethesda, always riddled with bugs and glitches.
And I think it sucks because I feel like Bethesda gets a pass, and I'm one of those people that I don't think they should. I don't think they should. That's because if you look at a game like The Witcher that is giant, and even Zelda's on the Switch. Yeah. The Switch is not a super powerful machine, but how much shit's in Zelda is crazy. Like, I had a friend that beat the game, and he only, like, when I say beat the game, he finished the storyline, did a couple other side quests and all that, and was only 23% done with the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is big.
So anyways, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Gotta get the poop.
He's got to get the poop.
Gotta get the golden poop.
Got to get the golden poop. There's a lot of other things too.
But yeah, that's...
You ready to hear what's coming?
Yeah, go for it.
Improved tutorial placement. Does that mean anything to you?
I
don't know anything about this. Single player balance changes, ammo crates, armor, weapons, nomad profiles, attacks, and progression.
Okay.
Multiplayer balance changes, weapons, cover, enemies. Check back for more details.
Haven't touched
notes on balance changes. Added option to skip autopilot sequences and galaxy map. Improved.
That's good because that's fucking annoying. That just basically means there's periods of time when you have to go from A to B, and you have to like wait, and then it's like a cinematic where it just like takes forever to zoom in or whatever. You're just like, just like select it. Yeah.
Improved logic, timing, and continuity for relationships and story arcs. That always seems like it's a good thing.
Improved logic.
Yes.
How do you improve the logic? I don't get that. Improved logic. Well, I guess if they like looked at it like, well, he wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Because the logic is a little...
This one, I think, is a big one a lot of people were talking about. Improved lip syncing and acting during conversations, including localized voiceover.
Thank God.
That's the one I've been hearing. That one in the crab walk.
Yeah, the crab walk is
the other
weird.
one.
But here's the thing, and I talked to my buddy at work about this a lot. He always says, here's the thing, BioWare, again, always does this. It's nothing new. It's just, I mean...
But you also said you want to... It's weird because you're on to the next generation. It's kind of like, I feel like it's the Fallout syndrome. Like, Fallout 4, I think a lot of people expect to be better. But they're like, oh, it's more Fallout. That's why I think Mass Effect it's not a bad game. I just think it's just more Mass Effect. It's not lighting the world on fire. It's not a 10.
And that I don't... Yeah, that I absolutely agree with. Like,
but I don't think it's a bad game.
If you like Mass Effect, you will like Mass Effect Andromeda. Hands down, you will like it. You might have little quibbles here and there with, some graphical anomalies and stuff, which are apparently being addressed, which is nice. But our good buddy Jordan's been giving me shit about this all week. He keeps saying, I'll buy it when it's $10. And then the next time he's I'll buy it when it's $5. And then the next time, I'll buy it when it's $2.
Yeah.
He just keeps dropping the price. But he posted a clip the other day of like all these crazy like facial stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And I replied with a GIF that is Captain Shepard from the original trilogy doing like a 360-degree head spin. And I'm just like, see, it's...
I think I know that one. I've seen that one.
Yeah. It's always...
I think it's just... because games have gotten so good.
Yeah.
Especially, again, Witcher and Zelda have kind of
you
like...
have your Horizons and stuff, and you're like, well, if you can do this, how come you can't do it in Mass Effect? But I think there's so much more going on under the bonnet in Mass Effect.
It's the hood
so,
in America.
Depends on where you are. So, but no, I fucking love that game, and I'm really excited that they're addressing the main issue right away as well. It's only been like a week, literally a week today.
Came out
last week.
Yeah, a couple weeks. So I'm going to go quickly through these ones. Fix various collision issues. Fix bugs where music or voiceover wouldn't play or wasn't correct. Fix issue where global squad mate banter sometimes wasn't firing on UNCs. Fixed issue where player was unable to access the Remnant console interface after failing decryption multiple times. Fixed issue where fast travel is sometimes disabled after recruiting Drac until the player reloads a save. Fixed issue where Rudder can become stuck in the start of biotic charge pose. Fixed issues related to some saves. That's a scary one when they have to fix something when it's related to save.
I've not run into any issues at all with that, but
that's always a scary one. Yeah. Fix issues where objects sometimes become uninteractable for players in multiplayer, and streaming and stability improvements.
Good. That's all good.
So that's all good things.
When's this coming out?
Thursday.
Awesome.
Starting Thursday.
Can't wait.
So that literally would just drop for us.
Nice job, BioWare. I'm super proud of you.
Yes, they took the fan feedback. I mean, it's when your game gets launched and it gets that kind of feedback, it's got to suck because they put years into this game. And
also remember, this is probably the only company in history that I know of that took fan feedback about an ending to one of their games and made a new ending. Which is like,
I don't know if I agree to do it. I don't know if I agree to doing it, but I agree. I like that they listen to it.
If it was like one ending, that would be a little weird to change it. But it's multiple choice.
Yeah.
So it was a good ending and a bad ending, and then there was this kind of
and then there's the in between ending,
and the average one is better for most people. It's still fucking weird. It wasn't perfect, but it was better.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
So moving on, Jack and Daxter. Those Naughty Dog people, before they made the Last of Us and the Uncharted, they made a thing called Jack and Daxter after
PlayStation Classic.
That was after Crash. They used to... Naughty Dog's done a lot of good shit. Yep. We'll be hitting PS4 this year as a PS2 classic. So that's exciting. I don't...
remaster, just a classic?
Yeah. All 4 games will be available digitally later this year through Sony, though Sony has yet to reveal a solid date or pricing. That said, these re-releases traditionally go for $10 to $15.
That is surprising that they didn't do any kind of a remaster on it, but I mean,
they're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be Naughty Dog doing it. I think
you know,
Naughty Dog wouldn't do it because Naughty Dog just did Insane Trilogy.
Insane in the brain.
No, sorry, Insane Trilogy.
I don't know what that is.
Crash Bandicoot. Redone.
Insane Trilogy.
Insane, yeah.
Yeah.
So no date or price on it, but as somebody who's never played Jak and Daxter, this is a, as we keep saying, a Keegan game. Like this is a very
classic.
This is a very good Keegan game.
If you like
yes.
Ratchet and Clank, you'll like Jak.
I just never had a PS2 or.
It is cool that they do that, though. They do pay homage to the old classics and things like that.
I'm going to try and go quickly because we're already almost 20. We're over 20 minutes into this thing. Lots of news.
Yeah, keep going.
This one, I read it. I was like, okay, that's actually kind of true. For Honor falls from grace as Steam reviews rating, I was going to say racing, rating turns into mostly negative.
Oh, no.
So there's two issues. As you know, it's funny because I was so hyped for this game at launch. I played the alpha, I played the beta, and I loved it. Loved the crap out of it. Launch happened. I played it, I think, 3 or 4 times, and just like, meh, which is, I'm glad I gave myself the not buying any sort of big edition.
Yeah,
I would have made me mad.
You're right on that.
The deluxe, yeah. But with this, so there's two things that are kind of the issue. One is the currency, the steel in the game drop rate is super low to get new stuff, and they recently did a patch to fix that, but I still don't. I think it's too little, too late for something like that. You could buy steel, of course, microtransactions, but yeah, not doing that.
Boom.
The other thing is online connection, which I think is the big one. It's a peer-to-peer game, and I can't tell you how many times I have been in a game that either didn't started, and then dropped immediately, or at the end of the game, the host leaves because he loses, and everybody is connected. We don't get the rewards for that match. That pisses me off more than anything else. And
that should be just
like I said, I was praising this game, as you know, at launch. I loved the concept of it. I loved the gameplay of it.
You enjoyed it for what it was, and then it got progressively worse.
Yes,
to the point where it became unplayable.
I think if the online connections weren't there, I would still stand behind my statement. It's gotten to the point though where I've been affected by enough of the drops from online that it's soured my taste for it. So anybody who's looking to buy For Honor, I will give you be hesitant about it. Wait to see if they patch something. But the fact that it's peer-to-peer and that's not going to...
last week for around $40. So there might be some new owners that are experiencing these issues. If you're wondering why it's weird, that's why it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's a great game, but peer-to-peer, that's not going to change, and that's what's the biggest issue.
Handled poorly.
Yes. Here's a big one. Overwatch. Whatever Blizzard has planned for Overwatch next week is one of the best things the studio has worked on since launch. And we were talking earlier, you're like, oh, it's going to be a map. I was like, no, they've already done that. Oh, it's going to be a character. No, they've already done that. Oh, it's going to be... No, they've already done that.
So what's it going to be?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody seems to know. It's an event taking place April 11th, which sucks for me because that's the same day Yooka-Laylee comes out. So I probably won't. I mean, I'll look and see what it is.
Delay Yooka-Laylee.
No, fuck that. They already delayed it since October. I'm going to play the shit out of that game. The review embargo released today for people who have it, and it's 73, which is what I expected. I don't expect it to set the world on fire because it's
less than Mass Effect.
Yeah, but going into it, I know it's a very niche game for people, and I know that it's not going to be a great game, but I know it's not going to be hopefully not a horrible game, and there's a small audience for it. So we'll see. I'm hopefully that target audience, but I'm not going to... Yeah. Until I get my hands on it, I'm not going to judge it.
Blizzard's announcing something big for Overwatch. No one knows what it is.
The teaser is very short and cryptic, and fans are not sure exactly what it's building up to, but Blizzard feels really good about it. That's literally the only information we got.
Fair enough.
So
when's that happening?
April 11th.
April 11th.
I told you, Yooka-Laylee Day. No, you'll be playing Yooka-Laylee.
Also calendars.
This is a cool one. This dropped a couple days ago. Try your hand at Dishonored 2 with free 3-mission trial hitting all platforms this week.
I never played Dishonored 2.
I never played Dishonored 1 or 2.
I liked the first one and I finished it and I quite liked it. It's definitely not what they kind of sold it to be.
Yeah.
When they released the original CGI trailers, it looked like a combination of like BioShock and Assassin's Creed in first person or something, which looked incredible. It definitely has elements of those games, but it was not anything like that. Yeah. It's just a sandbox FPS, almost more similar in style to a game like Crysis. But yeah, it's the sequel is allegedly pretty fun. I know a few people that played it and like it.
Yeah.
So now you get to find
So
out
April
yourself.
6th, the day this goes up, the day you guys are watching this, you can
Yeah, a
go
lot of stuff
over
happening
to Xbox, Steam, or PlayStation and get it. The trial includes the first 3 missions of the game only, but it is otherwise unrestricted. Play as Emily or Corvo. Play as many times as you like. Whatever.
Nice.
That's literally what it says on here. So I'm interested. I've not played not played Dishonored, like I said, but it's one of those games that piqued my interest, but it wasn't like, do I want to drop $60 into this? No. Right. But this might, same thing with Watch Dogs. I get the Watch Dogs trial.
2025. And that's me being stingy mostly, but like for $20-25, I would pick it up because I'm not the primary fan for that game. I was not super impressed with the original. I enjoy those style of games, but I probably never play them twice because there's no multiplayer really. Like that's worth its salt. So yeah, I would do 25 on that. But I mean, sorry to the developers.
I mean, it's your opinion.
Yeah,
everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yep.
Another big giant piece of news that I'm excited about: Insomniac, PS4. Spider-Man. You know that game they showed at E3 last year?
I like Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's coming this year, apparently.
Oh, wait.
So they announced, the vice president of Marvel Digital Media Group confirms Spidey is coming 2017.
Sweet.
So I don't think they give a date, just 2017.
I'm not actually
Xbox One, PS4.
Of that, have they? Only the
not gameplay, no.
Yeah.
Xbox One, PS4, and Windows PC.
I expect an October release.
Yeah, I'm expecting sometime in the fall. Is there a movie coming out anytime soon? I don't think so.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming coming out from Marvel. But
cool.
That's like...
But it's not related. I mean, it's not related, but it's kind of like the Star Wars hype. Get on that Star Wars hype.
Yeah,
get on the Spider-Man hype. But yeah, I'm excited. I honestly, when they announced this game last year, because there's no gameplay, there's nothing, I expected it to be like 2018, maybe potentially 2019. 2018 is kind of like where that's going to come. The fact that it's 2017.
I mean, as long as they're not rushing it.
That's what I'm saying.
As they put the time in, then yeah, sure, why not?
And the studio confirmed it was running on a regular PS4, but could look slicker on PS4 Pro. So apparently that E3 in 2016 was running on a PS4.
Interesting.
I mean, there's a cinematic, but yeah.
Still exciting. Spider-Man traditionally not had the best games. It has a sort of a small package of sort of medium to good games, and then there's like one or two like really good games. Spider-Man 2 on the original. Like,
dude, Spider-Man 2, I love that game.
But yeah, it's I hope it's a good one for them because it is a good story. It's always a good time, and you have such a perfect opportunity to explore that sandbox style game in this incredible kind of like, if you can get the web slinging right, which let's be honest, that's what makes a good Spider-Man game, is the web right. If it's not right, it's gonna suck. Combat comes secondary to the web, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So a couple more pieces. Again, it was a crazy week for news this week. One is the last one's a personal one because I love it. This one, City Skylines, is coming to Xbox One.
You like that,
coming out, I believe, let me pull it up here. I believe it is coming the 21st, but I want to double check before I say that.
And you play this
April 21st. I played on PC. The part of this that kind of sucks, it doesn't include all the DLCs. It only includes, I believe, Natural Disasters.
To be fair, though, it is also $40. So there's that.
Yeah, but the game on PC is $30.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought that was cheap.
Nope. That's that includes the DLC with it. It doesn't tell me which one, but I want to say it was Natural Disasters. So what's really cool with this though is it's a sim game. I don't know how it's going to control on an Xbox. It might be a little wonky.
With the controller?
Yeah, that's my only concern with it.
They usually like optimize it a little bit, make the cursor move faster and stuff.
Yeah. Here we go. So the Xbox One edition includes the base game and a popular After Dark expansion. So that's the one where the sun will set, the lights will come on.
Cool.
You have to manage power because like solar power, if you put solar panels, obviously during the night, there's no power, so you got to store stuff up to be able to power your city at night.
Solar absorb light throughout the day?
But you have to store it somewhere. You have to store it somewhere.
So you have to get the solar.
You have to get some sort of battery or stuff like that. But they just announced a new DLC coming to the PC version, which is Mass Transit, which I think is kind of why this is a little weird.
So we're talking about Metro links and things like that. Okay.
So the DLCs right now are After Dark, Snowfall, Natural Disasters, and then Mass Transit's coming. So if you think about that, I don't know why you wouldn't get the first 3 that have been out, and I don't think they've said anywhere where they're going to be.
It is odd
added
to transfer it to a different console and not give you all
everything.
The content.
Even if it's $60 and they give you all of it, like I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
But it's $40, gives you the After Dark, which, to be fair, After Dark, it was a good one, but I think natural disaster is my favorite because it involved tornadoes, earthquakes, like destroying your city. After Dark just gave you a nightlife, but I think why they included After Dark, again, as somebody who plays it, is it gives you a couple more things you can do. So you can make like a leisure area in your city, then actually mark it as that.
Do you think they're going to release a season pass for the remaining downloads? Do you think they didn't have them ready? Do you think they're going to?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're going to wait and see, honestly, because
yeah, well received it is.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to. Again, my concern is playing with the controller.
Yeah.
So
only one way to find out.
I love this game. So if you wanted to, I mean, I haven't played it on Xbox, it's not out yet, but if you want to play a really good game, play it on PC. It works on Mac.
If you want to see what it looks like, search our videos for City Skylines.
Yeah,
and Keegan I
get a couple of videos. I gave up. I was like, I'm going to do a whole series, and I just stopped that because other things happened.
We do things.
And then one last thing, I'm not going to actually play it, but the Yooka-Laylee Rap came out. I showed you this beforehand.
Dear God.
Those of you who are Rare fans and remember Donkey Kong 64, in the beginning, if you just sat there and didn't push any buttons, it would do the DK rap. DK, Donkey Kong. Look it up on YouTube. It's way better than what I can sing. And then, so kind of as like a throwback, because Yooka-Laylee comes out a week from the day we're recording, next Tuesday. So as a throwback, they're like, hey, here's the Yooka-Laylee Rap. And to be fair, it's
a nice nod.
It's not good.
It's
not good. But I don't go into it expecting it to be good because the DK rap was not good,
cheesy,
but it's the nostalgic nod to what it's past.
The nostalgia of where it came from. I get it. I'm not mad about it. It's just really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was like, hey Tom, do you remember this? Like, no. I was like, fuck, this is the greatest thing that happened in
if I remember, I'll put a link in the description so you guys can watch both the DK and the Yooka-Laylee
Donkey
Rap.
Kong, or just YouTube Yooka-Laylee Rap and Donkey Kong Rap, and they'll show up. They're the first hit.
If you're not as lazy as
so that was the lovely news. So Destiny 2, Scorpio, what else we had? Mass Effect, Jack and Daxter, For Honor,
I didn't know that
Dishonor.
I just learned that during this this podcast.
Yeah, Overwatch, Yooka-Laylee Rap, City Skylines. Like, there's a lot of things happening.
To that time of year when the news is starting to come thick
can you
and fast.
think about like the week before E3 or 2 weeks before E3? We're like, we got news, Tom. I need a whole episode or Bargain Basement just for the news.
This has been a pretty hefty amount of news, but
and it's all been major. The only things, I mean, City Skylines and Yooka-Laylee were kind of personal, but everything else is kind of like big names. You're just like, geez.
So that'll be your news for this part of Bargain Basement, which brings us to the close of part 1. Moving on to part 2, Keegan's going to run you through the Xbox Live sales for this week.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.